Before this video does get started, I wanted to talk about a few things before we start with this video. One of those things is that for me personally, I mean like James, he has a very natural and like consistent way of eating that he's had for a long time. Like he has like not changed things up too much for himself. He can like eat very intuitively, do all those things. Like it's the way his life's always been for him. For myself personally, that hasn't been the case. I'm currently in like quite a good place, getting my nutrition into a place where it needs to be, and that means both from my goals in terms of my macros, my calories in terms of like having my calories at a healthy level. So what I'd like to talk about before we get started with this video is that today I'm not eating as much as I usually would on a normal day, and on a normal day I would usually eat more, anywhere between 1800 calories and 2000 calories. And I would also eat that in whole foods or like healthy foods. I mean, I obviously have lots of treats. I love treats. I think that having some chocolate every day is a great thing, but I don't think that eating like 1500 calories when 500 calories of those is like peanut M&Ms or something is a good idea. That's like probably not something that should happen daily. But with that said, let's get started with this video, and I will chat to you a little bit more at the end of the video about some other things around metabolism and eating that I think is important for a lot of girls at the end. I think this is the first vlog in like 6 weeks that James is going to be wearing actual clothes.
Sure.
Something different. I think he's worn the same thing in every single vlog that we've done. Today we are going to do a what we eat in a day. It's Saturday today and I have just woken up, as you can probably tell. I still look half asleep. But it's Saturday morning and we're gonna do a what we eat in a day. We have a lot of things on today though, so it's gonna be a little bit interesting. I'm gonna try and eat as normally as I normally do. James is going to give you a really great idea of James' life. We're gonna get started with making breakfast, of course. So James has decided that he only wants a Holly size oats this morning. So technically I'll be making him, not his size oats, I'll be making my normal oatmeal thing. Actually, it might be still a tiny bit bigger than my normal one. But it's like closer to my size. And anyways, I'm gonna have mango and yogurt because it's my absolute fave at the moment. It's what I have like every single day. If you've never had this yogurt before, you need to have some of this yogurt if you like yogurt. It's like the most macro-friendly shit I've ever seen in my life. It's just the best. Especially if you are struggling to get protein into your diet and you need to get more, this is like where it's at. But James is gonna have oats, I'm gonna have yogurt and mango, and I'm gonna get started making it now. Breakfast is completed making. We are ready to eat. James is very hot, so he's holding it with a towel. And yeah, we're gonna have breakfast and we'll see you for our next meal. James's lunch? Yeah. What James is having for lunch today.
It's gonna be quite good.
So James is having a classic James weekend lunch, which is whatever the heck he wants. And since we're at Costco, he wanted to try. So I'm not gonna have lunch here because, I mean, I definitely do have treats on the weekends, but probably not feeling that today. I'd rather spend my treats on something else. But I'll definitely have a taste. Definitely have a taste. Slash, I'll probably eat half of his food. We are back again for lunch and it's basically almost 5 o'clock. Obviously James has already had lunch, so he's all good on the food side. But I am making mine now. Usually on a normal day I would have like breakfast, morning tea, lunch and afternoon tea, but because today is a weekend day and we have been out and about doing things, like that doesn't always go to plan for me. So today, in place of that, I had many taste testers at Costco, which have kind of like pulled me through to this moment. I did start to get very hangry at one point, but today I'm having toast with 2 eggs for lunch slash basically first dinner. Usually I'd have like avocado with that, but I'm not gonna have too big of a meal because it is too late. Plus, even though we've just spent $300 at Costco, we don't have any avocado. So I'm not gonna have any avocado, but I am going to put on my toast and eggs just some of this to make it like a little bit more jazzy, because we bought this. We bought this and it's like not at Costco, somewhere else, but it's extra delicious and so good, especially if you have avocado, which we don't. But anyways, making lunch, show you when it's done. Quickest prepared lunch is ready to eat. And like all my other meals that you may have seen in other videos slash today, none of them are attractive. Nothing I eat ever looks good. It tastes good, it's healthy, but it rarely ever looks decent. One day we'll get there. But it's delicious, it's ready, I'm gonna eat, and then I think we have to go to the gym. Do we?
Yeah, we do.
Surprise! What day is it today?
Saturday day.
Definitely not cute. This is gonna be horrific. All right, let's get eating, and then I guess we have to go out again. Dinner is served. James cooked delicious stir fry. Mine's just tofu and vegetables tonight. James has chicken and rice with his. I'm still eating meat, but I'm just eating less of it because, I don't know, I suddenly have felt a little bit like a bad person to eat so much meat all the time. So I'm just eating less, which has been nice. I've been enjoying it. So we're gonna have dinner and we will definitely be back for dessert. Dinner is done. I ate the entire stir fry, so I had like 3 of those small bowls by the end of it, I swear to God, and feeling good. And now, since it's Saturday, slash we have dessert every night anyways, we're gonna have some dessert. So we are having what we bought from Costco today, which is this ginormous bag of M&Ms. Obviously, well, slash hopefully we won't eat all of it. I wouldn't be surprised if we did, but we shouldn't.
Probably not, yeah.
And it's been a pretty good day.
It's been really fun.
Yeah.
We had a big day, but
we had a big day, yeah. We went to Costco, which is where we got these giant M&M bags from. And if you want to see our Costco grocery haul, check it out in our other video. It's gonna be such a good time. I'm gonna go ham. Let's do it. Bye! Hope you enjoyed that video. Now that we are back here chatting again, I wanted to talk about something that's important for people who have had issues with eating and potentially are not naturally super thin people but have like goals to be quite lean, because that's me. I always wanted, or I didn't know very much about nutrition when I was younger, so I wanted to be like the other girls that I would see, and I wanted to be leaner, and I had these goals. And whilst part of that can be quite healthy, the other part of that, if you don't know how to go about it, can be quite unhealthy. And unfortunately, especially these days, there's quite a lot of information out there that you can find online, or even from people you think that you should be able to trust. For example, a PT or like a staff member at those gyms or exercise places. Whilst they might be trying to help you, or maybe they aren't, a lot of the times they actually aren't. They're just trying to help you get quick results, and then you will give them more money because you've had a quick result. That's not gonna work out for you in the long run. So that's a whole other story. That's something that makes me really cranky. And if you are worried about your weight or your health or any of those things, it is always best to speak to a professional. I myself have been seeing a dietitian. She is absolutely a professional, and has been giving me advice on me raising my calories, and has told me that in previous times I have been in extreme deficit, that has put pressure on my heart to the point that she's surprised that I wasn't actually hospitalized for that. So it's really important that you aren't taking advice, especially if they're telling you to lower your calories into a deficit. Never a good idea. Multiple reasons for this not being a good idea is because it slows down your metabolism. Your metabolism adapts. Obviously, I'm sure lots of people have heard this 100 times before. You eat too little, your metabolism adapts, and then you have a slower metabolism, and then when you eat more than that, your metabolism freaks out and will often gain weight. There's this whole thing around reverse dieting, and I think it's awesome. That's currently what I'm doing at the moment. But a lot of people I hear on YouTube say, oh, like, you should definitely try a reverse diet, like up your calories just a little bit, like every couple of weeks. If you do it for a couple of weeks and then, you know, your weight hasn't gone back down again, then probably just lower your calories again, don't up them so much. For somebody who has been eating in a disordered way for quite a long period of time, or hasn't eaten that much in a long period of time, and it's been more than, you know, a few months of them doing that, their body weight isn't just going to adjust in a few weeks of trying a reverse diet. When I started my reverse diet, I upped my calories by about 100 calories every couple of weeks. And yes, I 100% gained weight from that, but mostly it was water weight. Like if I look at a photo of myself before I started and now, I haven't really changed that much because my metabolism, when I was eating such a small amount, started to really adapt to that small amount and actually started to go into a point of starvation where I was holding on to any fat that I could. So even eating that small amount, I still gained extra weight from where I was sitting when I was at that really low level of weight. My metabolism really adapted. My body gained weight. My body was holding on to anything and everything that I was having. So when I started gaining weight and it wasn't working anymore, that's what forced me to look into this. And so then I went into my reverse diet. But in that first period of time, I 1000% felt humongous. I felt bloated. I felt like I'd put on 100 kilos. My disordered eating kind of started when I was 15 years old. Like it definitely started with me trying to restrict myself from the age of 15, which was in 2011. So I'm 23 now, and after all those years, it's been 8 years of disordered eating. The point that I'm trying to make here is that whilst I think that MyFitnessPal is a great tool, I'm not trying to say anything bad about that because I actually still use it to this day to ensure that I am keeping my macros in check and that I am eating enough amount of calories, and I think it's fantastic for that. If something's been going on for 8 years, there's no way that that's going to change in a few weeks of you starting a reverse diet. When you put it into perspective, you can't expect 8 years of damage to be fixed just in a few weeks. It's hard and it is like extremely scary to try and wait that long for something to make a change in your body and for it to work. But it is going to take that long. So I just wanted to say that if you are getting advice from someone and they're telling you to lower your calories to a lower point, definitely seek out the advice of a professional. Think about what these people's credentials might actually be before you take their word as like good advice. Stay healthy, guys, stay happy. Make sure you subscribe and like this video so that you can see the next one, and we'll see you soon.